line. Pressure comes. Toss out to VandeBerg. VandeBerg diving for the pylon. VandeBerg with the touchdown.
Nice job. Nice fancy footwork by VandeBerg.
Big yardage coming up, and this is Koval. Touchdown! Wow!
Unbeaten Iowa looking to get to 9-0 this weekend as the Hawkeyes head to Indiana. We're going to talk a little bit about the evolution of this Hawkeyes team now with wide receiver Matt VandeBerg, who joins us from our studio in Iowa City. And Matt, I'm sure you get this question a lot. I know I get it a lot. What has enabled this team to go from one that won 7 games a year ago, that did not play well in its bowl game, to a team that's now undefeated heading into November?
I think it all comes to leadership. After the bowl game, coaches decided that C.J. Beathard was going to be our starting quarterback, and he took it upon himself to really move this team forward, especially during spring ball, during off-season training. His leadership has really changed the team.
Give me more of a sense of how it is that C.J. has led you guys. How does that kind of manifest itself tangibly?
When he understood that it was his team to mold, it was his team to work with, all the guys just rallied around him. And I know against one of our first games, we had a 99-yard drive, or a very long drive, excuse me, and CJ went to the huddle and said, we're going to score here. And we were able to do that with him under center, and that's a good tangible way to put it.
One thing that has really struck me is how much more dynamic this offense is. Why do you think that is?
Again, I think it goes to CJ and how well he can move in the pocket, out of the pocket, what his arm is able to do. But we've also got a lot of running backs that are able to make impacts. Kanziri on the outside, LaShawn can run in and out. Akram obviously just had a bust-out game. So we just have so many weapons, and it's hard to key on just one guy, and we have to get everybody involved.
You've certainly seen the references by now to New Kirk, referring to Coach Ferentz, that somehow people believe that he has changed. Have you seen any obvious changes in his demeanor and the choices that he's made in games?
Well, I think one of the main ones you can point to is the fake field goal that we ran early in the year. We didn't get it, and we still got an applause. It just shows the aggressiveness that he's coming out with, and it's working out for us.
You had 22 career receptions coming into this season. You have doubled that output to this point. So we've talked a lot about Iowa's improvements. We haven't talked about Matt VandeBerg, but what has allowed you to make that jump?
I think the biggest thing is, I played as a true freshman and was able to kind of get my feet wet. And with Cavante leading me, I was able to learn what to do and what not to do. But as far as this season, I think having Tavon Smith on the other side really helps me out with what he's capable of and what defenses need to be scared of from his point of view. And it kind of gives me an easier look when he's getting double covered.
You were not a highly recruited player. You're from South Dakota. You initially had a gray shirt offer from Iowa. I know it turned into a scholarship from the outset once you got there. But are you surprised at all by your success?
It's a lot of hard work coming to fruition. I work hard for what I'm able to get here, and if the coaches feel confident enough to put me on the field and to call my number as often as they do, then I need to show them that their trust is in a good spot.
What's the biggest change you've seen in yourself since you got to Iowa?
I think size is probably the easiest thing. I know I'm still not the biggest guy, but confidence in my size and what I'm able to do has definitely been the biggest thing.
How were you able to do that? Give me a sense of the strength and conditioning work that you did.
When I came in, I was about 160 or so, and I was really light. But Coach Doyle and all the strength staff here has really put me on a weight program and a strength program to get me up. I put on about 20, 25 pounds, and the confidence that comes along with that has allowed me to play at a much higher level than I did early in my career.
Matt, as I'm sure you're aware, the new college football playoff rankings, the initial rankings for this year, come out tonight. Where do you expect to see your team?
Honestly, I don't look at that stuff. As far as I'm concerned, we can only control what we do. We can't control the minds of the committee or anything like that. So all we have to do is focus on winning this game against Indiana.
What stands out to you when you see Indiana on tape?
Well, I know their offense is prolific. I know they're putting up a lot of points. But as far as defensively, they like to give you a lot of different looks, a lot of different coverages and blitzes and things like that. So we really have to be on our game if we're going to be able to exploit those.
Iowa wide receiver Matt VandeBerg. Matt, thanks a lot for your time and best of luck here going forward.
Thank you very much.